and I'm filling in, and President Coutre will be, President Anne Marie will be here a little bit later. She's just running a little bit late. So, like I said, it's 6:34, and may we have a roll call, Lisa? Present.
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 Okay. And Mr. Beckett, would you do the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Just in case to call you Anna Marie.
Yes. All right. And adoption of agenda. Do we have any motions, or do we have anything that we would like to personally
I
take
have
off?
one item from consent that I would like to pull, 6F. I just want to move it into action item, above action item A, please, 7A.
Okay,
It's the
6F.
leadership camp.
Yeah.
To, you said above action item,
It's from consent,
Yes.
6A, and moving it to 7.
yes. Okay,
That's the only change I have.
okay. And,
If there's no other changes, I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the agenda as amended.
I'll second.
okay, we got a first and a second. We'll do a roll call. Lisa? Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and do we have any calls to the public?
You have any blue
I don't
cards?
think
I don't-
No
I
blue
don't have any.
cards?
Nothing got turned.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on. And next, we will do the superintendent's report. Dr. Lopman?
Thank you, Dr. Miller. I got to find my clicker. While we were on fall break, the Arizona Department of Education released letter grades. This isn't, the clicker isn't clicking for some reason. But while we were on fall break, the Arizona Department of Education released letter grades for all schools in Arizona. The grades are based on a complicated formula, and a weighting of student performance on the AZ merit, the advancement of our English learners, college and career readiness metrics, and other important factors. This year, the extraction of student data related to a 3-year span of enrollment really emphasized growth and the impact of remaining continuously enrolled in a Maricopa Unified School. We have shown growth and are celebrating some very positive outcomes. We have had a couple of schools who elevated to C and B status. Let's have a round of applause for our B and C schools recognizing the growth, yay, of Desert Wind, Maricopa Wells, and our other letter B grade schools, letter grade B schools as well, Santa Rosa, Santa Cruz, and Maricopa Elementary. Let's hear it for those B schools as well. We also had 2 schools increase their letter grades to an A. Let's hear it for Pima Butte and Butterfield Elementary Schools. Now I have 2 important points. Tonight, all of our teachers are involved in parent-teacher conferences, so it would have been hard for them to be in both places. I mean, you can't be an A, B, or a C and spend all your time at board meetings. You got to meet with parents and talk about homework and stuff. So we have another celebration planned for our board meeting in November, and we'll make sure there's lots of hoopla and pomp and circumstance then as well. So the celebration will continue. Also, my second point that's important for everyone to understand is we're committed to continuous improvement. And so every teacher's hard work is validated and affirmed with these letter grades. And every staff member, even at the A schools, is excited about the momentum that these letter grades have created for us in Maricopa Unified. The sky is the limit. This is Mrs. Bernadette Rossanello. She's the College and Career Coordinator at Maricopa High School, and she has been named a finalist for the 2019 Teacher of the Year Award. The award is sponsored by the Association for Career and Technical Education. Ms. Rossanello's recognition for her leadership in the CTE realm is so fitting. Daily, she meets with students in a one-to-one capacity to ensure each one has a vision for life beyond high school. Then she supports the creation of a plan that will turn their dreams into reality, whether that's discussions about credits, GPA, college entrance exams, financial aid, scholarships, technical, vocational, and trade certification, whatever it takes for each student to arrive at his or her career or higher education ready to excel. Her knowledge of and individual attention to students' hopes and dreams can be a game changer for many students. Mrs. Rossanello demonstrates the power of professional preparation, tenacity, and compassion. We are inspired by her work and this recognition of her contribution to the success of students at Maricopa High School. Over the past weekend, on October 12th through the 14th, the Sholo Film Festival took place at the White Mountain Entertainment Village 8 in Lakeside, Arizona. The festival featured both short and feature films by independent filmmakers from around the world. The three-day event featured workshops from professionals, guest speakers, VIP events, and an award ceremony. We are so proud to announce that Maricopa Wells student film, Kindness Equals Calm, won the Best Student Film Award at the festival. Let's hear it for them. We have the students in the audience, so let's show we have a trailer, just like Harkins. We just don't have expensive popcorn. So let's show the trailer, and then let's introduce our current filmmakers, future Oscar Award winners, after the trailer.
I have been waiting all day. I have been waiting all day to tell you this next piece of information. This weekend, we are all going to Camp Shine Bright.
Wait. Wrong movie. It should look more like this.
Give my cigarette. My God, what is this young man doing?
I can't hear you right now.
I'm not afraid to hit a young kid. I swear.
Shut up!
Did she just yell?
So we have some students here in the audience. The students who produced Kindness Equals Calm are Caden Rogers. Come on up. Zoe Zimpelman. Come on up. Thomas Abel. Joseph Abel. And we have two students who are not here with us tonight, Rory Gosiak, is that close? Goshak, okay, and Aubrey Pick. We also have Mr. Soltizik in the office. It was in his film class that students developed their talent and produced this wonderful work. And we also have Miss Zimpelman also starred in there she is. Now I recognize her. Okay, starred as the therapist in the movie. So congratulations to you, and I look forward to watching more films at Harkins and other theaters around town. Thank you.
All right.
Do you want to come down? Let's have the board come down and get a photo. Yeah.
Photo opportunity and autographs.
Get used to the paparazzi. Come on. Wanted to call your attention to a couple of upcoming events. We have our Veterans Day breakfast on the morning of November 9th. Invitations have gone out, and we're looking forward to a great opportunity to honor our veterans who are on our staff and in our community. So if you are one or know one, we have a spot for you. You just have to RSVP with Lisa, or with Lisa Hahn, or with me. So that's coming up on the 9th. And then finally, one more reminder that our large group of almost 100 staff members, parents, community members, business partners will be meeting here before the board meeting on November 14th to take the next phase of our strategic planning development, where we talk about the underlying contradictions so that we can create our overarching strategic directions. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lotman. Okay. So next what we'll do is we'll go to governing board member reports. And first we'll start off with board member Coutre, who I still want to call President Coutre.
No. Thank you. Well, since the last meeting, I did participate along with Mrs. Anderson and Mrs. Knorr at our partner breakfast, the first ever. It was an awesome event, and you can see some of the centerpieces. These were made by our high school CT, our graphics. The breakfast was provided by our culinary kids, and they did an outstanding job. Really proud to showcase. We showcased the ROTC and then our AP offerings. And so I want to thank Dr. Lotman. It was a really good way to tell our story, and I look forward to the rest of the partner breakfasts as the year goes on. We did try to do a Maricopa football booster golf tournament, but the rain decided it wasn't going to work. We got one hole done before we were called off the course and kicked out before we got flooded in. So we'll be rescheduling the Maricopa Football Boosters golf tournament, probably sometime in December, so there'll be more opportunity for people to sponsor holes, golf, just come out and support our program, because that's one of our major fundraisers that goes right back to our athletics at the high school. I did go to NAU for Family Weekend, and it was nice. I got to see some of our alumni students that were there. Some were in the marching band, and some were just in attendance on the weekend. I can't share this with Colonel Kirksey, but they start the game at NAU with the ROTC rappelling down from the top of the Sky Dome with the game ball. It's pretty cool, I have to say. It's a good thing we don't have an indoor stadium, because we'd be having the kids do that. And then, just very, very proud of our schools, their grades that came out. It's the efforts of the students, the staff, and the parents helping their kids, encouraging their kids. And this progress to have 2A schools was absolutely thrilling when we got the email. And no D schools. I mean, this is a testament to our community supporting our schools and what our students can achieve. And so I just want to thank everybody for that. And if it hadn't been for the override, I don't think we would be where we're at today. And then lastly, I was at the ribbon cutting this morning with the city of Maricopa. They had their ribbon cutting for the Comet bus stops. They have 6 throughout the city now, and they hope to have 6 more within the year. So thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Coutray. Board Member Judd.
Thank you, Vice President Miller. To kind of piggyback on what Board Member Coutray said in terms of the ratings, I think it's amazing to have 2A schools now, and I'm not sure if that's ever happened before, but I know it hasn't happened in a long time, if it has happened. So that's a first in quite a long time, or if a first, which is wonderful. And there's forward movement in all the schools, which is just, and again, it's a testament to the hard work of all the teachers in the district, and it's a testament to the city getting behind the schools and passing that override, and these are the results. So congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to the city of Maricopa. I will be partnering up with Ms. Coutray next week to do my school tours, but other than that, nothing to report over the last couple of weeks. Thank you.
Board Member Anderson.
Okay, like I always say, Maricopa rocks. So I'm proud of all of our schools. I think it's pretty exciting. So, we're all as board members very proud of our district, our community, and it's nice to know that Maricopa still rocks it. So I also want to report that on October 2nd, I attended the city council meeting, and Mayor Price presented us with the domestic violence proclamation, which many of you don't know, but I serve on a domestic violence advocacy board. And then on the 16th, we had our city council board member meeting, which was last night, and it was a great conversation. If you didn't see it, obviously you can go to the city website. Many questions were posed, and some great discussion and ideas came out of it, and it's my hope that it's the first of many, because the city council and the mayor and the city manager and the whole city staff really is behind making education a priority and behind Maricopa Unified School District, and I find that very comforting as a lifelong resident. So last night's meeting I thought was fantastic. So it was a great on the road to greatness, which is what I think we're doing. Tomorrow night I will be at Maricopa Wells Middle School judging school projects, student projects, and then I will also be at the State of the City address on the 24th. So kind of covering it all. Again, I just am so proud of our community and our students and our staff. So we're rocking it because of you. So thank you.
Great, thank you, Board Member Anderson. I would just like to express, October is Domestic Violence Month, and domestic violence does have an impact on our students and our community. And just wanted to express,
Does.
thank you, Board Member Anderson, for your hard dedication
Welcome.
to the community on domestic violence issues. And so I know you're a great asset and, what you're doing and helping, with the shelter and everything that you're doing. So thank you and against abuse. So
Thank you.
really appreciate that. And I just want to piggyback off what everybody else is saying with the override. I mean, I strongly believe that the override has done a wonderful job of improving our schools, and I can share the testimony as a board member to being able to walk through the schools these last 4 years and seeing the difference between with the lower class size and with sixth grade not in the elementary schools anymore, and just seeing the improvement and how everything is being streamlined. And we're definitely going in the right direction. And there's a lot of hardworking people, hardworking students, hardworking parents, great community, and that's what it takes for us to continue to excel as we're doing. Also, I'm in process of transitioning out as a board member because I'm not rerunning for election. And so November, I don't know exactly when my last one will be, but
You'll go through December.
December, okay.
So our meeting in
So,
December.
Well, I won't. Well, I just think it'll be important for the new member that's coming in to start being present. So I don't know if anybody has contact with him. Has he? Okay.
Yeah.
And so, I just think that will be important as I transition out, because I will not be going to the schools anymore. So I'm slowly transitioning that out. So I definitely appreciate being on the board and building relationships with everybody here. And it's been a wonderful time. And so just thank you. So with that, we'll just move on with the where are we at? The Rotary Club Student of the Month. And so that would be Mr. Roush. Oh, okay. I don't know her name.
Good evening, board members and Superintendent Loman. I'm Joanne Ortega. I'm the Assistant Governor for the Rotary region that Maricopa is part of, and a very proud member of the Maricopa Club. And Mr. Irving Jim Irving is our current president, and so we are very pleased to be here tonight to talk about our students of the month. We have this statement, this motto, if you will, that we go by, and we recite it at every meeting. And in fact, many Rotarians throughout the world, because we are a worldwide organization, they live by this, they run their businesses by it. And by doing that, they become very, very successful in their business efforts because they do these things. They ask themselves these questions every time they have to make an important decision in their life. The first one is it fair? Oh, I'm sorry. Is it the truth? I only say it all the time by memory. But anyway, is it the truth? Then, is it fair to all concerned? Then the third one, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And then the fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? So I did much better from memory than I did trying to read it. But just asking yourselves, and if you do that repeatedly, you'll find yourself making good life decisions as well as decisions that affect your livelihood later in life. And so we think that it's really important. We see these things, the teachers see the traits it takes to be good leaders in the students, and so consequently we nominate students from the two middle schools and the high school, not we, but the teachers and staff do, to become the students of the month that are recognized every month. And so we are very, very pleased to acknowledge those staff who did the nominations, and that would be Mike Glover, Miss Celaya, Miss Flosky, I just murdered her name, Thad Miller, Mrs. Byers, Mrs. Rusinello, and Mr. Moore. So we thank these educators for the job that they have done in recognizing these students that they've nominated. And so I'm going to call up the students. Okay, so Catalina Springstrom. And Catalina's parents. Catalina actually have a folder for you. If you want to come down here for a second. Okay, so Catalina is an 8th grader at Desert Winds Middle School, and we're told that Mrs. Skotsky, I'm going to okay, and I'm still I'm sorry. Okay, nominated her for the award. Catalina is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Springstrow. She says Catalina has been a member of the Blended Learning Program for the last 3 years. In that time, she's become more and more confident in the work that she produces. Rotary is told that she always puts 100% effort into her assignments and projects and always asks how she can make them even better. Catalina serves as a mentor to younger students who look to her for guidance. Rotary is also told that you are a member of the DWMS softball and volleyball teams, and that you are a true example of Tiger Pride. So we congratulate you.
Good job.
Our next student is Anaya Cañonero. Anaya is an 8th grade student at Maricopa Wells and a very high honor student according to the staff there. You are the daughter of Charlton Cañonero and Jacqueline Baird. Rotary was informed that Anaya portrays outstanding citizenship and is an honor student with current straight A status and is in the algebra and honors language arts classes. We're also informed that you're a member of the volleyball and soccer teams at MWMS. It is also reported that you are a Panther ambassador and participates in the City of Maricopa classes and activities. You are responsible, hardworking, team-oriented, insightful, thoughtful, and respectful. And you know how to balance fun and hard work. You always submit quality work, and you are a true example of Panther pride. Congratulations. Dreamer King. Dreamer's parents are Tyrell King and Stephanie Lane. Okay, so you are a senior at Maricopa High School and a second-year law enforcement student with the career goal of being a part of the Army Military Intelligence. Rotary is impressed that you have a career goal chosen and are working on it by being involved in all of the Cabot law enforcement activities, which include Skills USA and being secretary of that organization and being involved with Police Explorers, Teen Court, and being vice president of the Pre-Professional Club. Your other activities include being in dance and soccer, and Rotary is very proud of your accomplishments, and we know that your parents are too. Congratulations. And our fourth last student is Chandler Chang. And Chandler is the son of Daniel Chang. You were nominated by Mrs. Rosanello, and she reported to us that you are a remarkable scholar and leader on campus. Your integrity and personal standards are an inspiration to those around you. Chandler is a leader in the marching band, serving as a drum major. He is committed to knowing, welcoming, and helping every member of the band to achieve their personal best. Additionally, You're an active member of the National Honor Society and regularly participates in blood drives, food collection, and other service to assist our community. He was recently commended by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation for placing in the top 2% of national testers on the PSAT. About 34,000 commended students throughout the nation will be recognized for their exceptional academic promise. These students reach the top 2% of test takers, placing among the top 50,000 of more than 1.6 million students who entered the 2019 competition by taking the 2017 preliminary SAT National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. Chandler is, you're an AP scholar with honors and has demonstrated incredible perseverance through adversity. You also have attended Maricopa School since kindergarten. Mr. Poor, MHS musical instructor, also added, Chandler is a great student. He is very goal-oriented. He is super positive and a great leader. He's very dedicated to his music. Congratulations.
Stay there. Good job.
And Chandler, having gone there for his kindergarten. Really? Yeah, see?
Okay. Thank you, Rotary Club, for highlighting our shining stars for all to see. Okay. And so next we'll move on.
Leave all the fun? Come on. My gosh. Yeah, budget, money. I know. Come on, it makes it fun.
Congratulations.
We have to do something.
I know. Yeah. Good.
Okay, next we'll move on to action items, and we have 6F, approve.
Point of order, you forgot the
7.
consent agenda.
No, and Mr. Beck, and Mr.
And
Roush
Mr.
was-
Roush, we still have one more work study.
Oh, I can't just skip it since.
No, no. Just because there's not an audience doesn't mean you can skip
Okay.
it.
You just
I'm
want to
seeing
skip
if you're
and go
paying
to
attention.
You just want to skip and go to adjourn? Is that what you're doing?
All right.
Sorry, Mr. Roush, didn't mean to.
Thank you. Kind of get a complex anytime I do.
You need to put you somewhere else in the agenda.
Dr. Miller, members of the board, Dr. Goldman, we have to do a report on bonds, expenditures, and overrides for capital overrides. And so this is just a quick report. There's no format. And just going over expenses for last year and expenses for this year. So with that, there's, in the override pamphlet language, there was language on expenditures to have 50 teachers and $500,000 in technology expenditures. So with that, just going over some facts. We had in fiscal year 17-18 about $3,450,000 of revenue, and we project about $3,842,000. Now that's based on revenue control limit, that is based on enrollment and some other factors, so it's just a projection at this point. Last year's expenditures, again, we had teachers, actually had 49 teachers, staff overloads of 1 teacher salary. And then we had technology, 695 computers purchased, 19 carts, 100 dot cams. It's about $378,000. And we have 2 tech staff and a portion of the tech director of engineer salaries. So that's a little bit more than $500,000. Fiscal 18-19, so we're in the current year, and teachers here we have 50 teacher salaries. Technology, we purchased about 792 computers, 14 carts, 4 tech staff, a portion of the tech director of engineering salaries, and then still to be budgeted about $75,000. Short report, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to
Mr. I have one question, just on that 75.5 to be budgeted, that's on the projected of what you've got, so we're not going to spend it till we know a little bit more than...
Right, it's going to be probably pretty close. We're going to find out a little bit more about our enrollment in November 1st.
Okay.
That's when the state does some synergy work, and so we'll find that. Of course, our enrollment now is ongoing real-time enrollment, so every day it changes.
Correct.
So
Okay.
we will have a potential budget revision in December, like we always do. We may have one in May too, because our enrollment kind of spikes up in January and spikes down. So every day, really, the enrollment changes. So every day, really, our budget changes. The only day that we'll know exactly is the last day of school. So, but we can project.
Okay. And I just wanted to say thank you for the simplicity and the information that was put forth in this little presentation. It's very straightforward, very easy to understand, and I would hope that this is something that we could possibly put on our website so that the community can come and it's something that's easily understand. They don't have to know about budget funds or where this and that's going. So thank you so much.
Sure, we can do that. We can put it on our business web page, and we can also feature it on the homepage for a while. So, absolutely.
I have a question, Mr. Rush. And I don't need an answer tonight. It may be something that we need to add to another work study session. But I know that we added all the computers this year. And for 18-19, we've got, 700 plus computers. My concern is we don't have the bandwidth and the ability to service all. I mean, we built in there to have all this great technology and to have the computers, but I don't know that we've built in the sustainability and the bandwidth. So maybe we could just do a report on what that's going to cost and what we need to do, and maybe that's where that $75,000 needs to go, because it doesn't do any good to have every kid in the classroom have a computer if they can't log on. So I would can we just do a follow-up report on that, just how we're going to sustain that many computers?
Sure. I think we can get that information.
Okay.
I'll tell you a short answer, or a quick bird walk kind of answer, is that E-rate,
Right.
our E-rate will be providing a bigger bandwidth and
Right.
shortly.
Right.
So we
And
can
that's-
report on that, and our IT department
Yeah.
can do that.
Maybe IT can do a report, since I know we've got the new techs that are coming on, and
Bandwidth is a little bit out of our control. That sits outside of the school. In terms of Wi-Fi, you're shortened down to what's the bandwidth is outside, but that project that's going forward could change that dramatically. So that's what we'd be waiting on.
I just want to make sure.
Current expenditures for E-rate will
Yes.
increase our bandwidth greatly. So
At Pinell County,
we
right,
can do a report
yes.
on that, so.
I just want to make sure that we are doing everything we can to make sure every kid with every computer can get logged on and get their work done without having to wait. So that's my concern, is it looks great to say we've bought 792 computers, But if they sit on the
695
shelf,
before, yeah.
it doesn't do any good.
Well,
So-
and with that, I agree with Mrs. Anderson about having a follow-up report on our
Yes.
technology, even where we're at as far as what equipment we have, what equipment needs are still being out there,
Yeah.
what our school sites are needing, just kind of like a technology inventory to find out what we've got and where we need to be.
And what the projected,
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to, like I say, I'm going to say it again, I would like to
Nothing
see
real difficult.
all 4,000 students with a computer or technology and being able to get on at the same time. And that's where we're having the issues.
Well, and also I know with the technology grant that we received from Mach Chin, that helped upgrade a lot of the bandwidth and stuff, and I'm just wondering, because that wasn't too long ago, about how much,
Last year.
ago.
yeah, about how, what,
Yeah.
That went to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
but what products that we have that's, in terms of the warranties that are starting to come out too, I think that's important
Yeah.
to know as well.
So it's kind of like a capital expenditure IT inventory, where we're at, where we're going, and what our needs are, but that would be good to have a follow-up with our IT.
Couple of points. I know we did we needed to intervene in the early part of the school year because we added devices and we added a lot of online curriculum. And so we did an accelerated expansion so that our students could do exactly what you're saying and our teachers could actually use what we had. There were kind of a couple factors going on. Part of it were problems with the software and some of it was problems with our internally here in the district. So, also, I think it's perfect timing to let you know that with Mrs. Roden and Mr. Karchner in the technology department, they're applying the same strategies and same processes we are with our plan, our strategic plan, to the technology strategic plan. It's going to encompass all of those layers, knowing that the number of devices we purchase, the number of students we have in our seats, tells us how many devices we need, tells us how much we need to support it in terms of people and other equipment and resources. So, inventory is a piece of it, access is a piece of it, staff development is a piece of it. That, you guys are like psychic. It is in the works. They're going to be completing that in the next few weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I look forward to that. That was
Yes,
it.
it'll be good.
Thanks, Mr. Rash.
And I'm wondering, for the 792 computers and then carts, have they all been distributed for this school year?
Got that off of our PO, so I believe they've been inventoried again.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
I will follow up with you on exactly the progression of the shipments and the inventory kind of calibration that we have. I just want to make sure that we're giving you up to the minute information.
I think as long as it's just somewhere on the agenda before the
Okay.
end of the year, it would be nice, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
just whenever, but thanks.
On the list.
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
Gary keeps trying to adjourn us.
I tried. Okay. Okay, so next we can move to action items?
Consent.
No.
Or consent for, it's for A, would be to approve our expense vouchers?
We just do you
And we'll-
can do the whole consent agenda at one time.
Okay, I thought we did that earlier, and that's why when we moved
Oh, yeah.
F off, I guess that's what I thought we had done.
It just takes one of the items off of the consent
Okay,
agenda
but
as
we-
being
But we'll
motioned
still
as one.
approve it now at this
Right,
moment.
correct.
Okay, that's where I was getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I apologize. So now we'll move to the consent agenda.
Motion to approve with 6F taken out.
Okay.
I'll second.
So we have a motion and a second to approve consent agenda with the exception of removing item F to action item. Then we have individual votes.
Yep.
Lisa?
Yes.
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 Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So next we can move to the action items? Or-
Did you do 6F?
Now we do 6F.
Right,
Yeah.
but wouldn't that be part of the action
Yes.
item?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but that would be like technically
one.
like
The
A.
first.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. So now, we'll action items, now we'll address 6F, which is approved travel to Skills USA Leadership Camp for Maricopa High School students on November 14th to the 16th at Pima Summit in Williams, Arizona. And Board Member Anderson?
Yes. So, Vice President Miller, President Noor, the date on this says 2014.
Yes, it does.
So if we're approving something that already happened, I'm a little concerned. So I don't know if we need to, if I can just change that. Is this supposed to be November 14 through 16, 2018?
I think so,
Or
because if
2019?
you look at the supporting document,
It all
It
says,
is
it all says
2018.
2014. The document says 2014.
the flyer? No, the flyer itself, the attachment.
The flyer,
It says October 8,
Down on the
it says,
2018 camp.
yeah, it says November 14th through 16, 2018. If you pull up
Yeah, no,
the
I got
skills
it.
flyer, it says right on the top the right date.
And I
think
got
it was
it.
just a typo.
Well, my question is, can we approve it
Amending
making
the year.
the,
With the correct-
Yes.
with the
Yeah, I
correct
think so.
year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So is that a motion?
So I'd like to make a motion approving the Skills USA Leadership Camp travel, but for the dates of November 14 through the 16, changing the year to 2018.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please, or not roll call, but a vote, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And next, we'll move on to action item A, which would be Mr. Beckett, discussion and possible approval of personal schedule.
Thank you, Dr. Miller, President Gore, members of the Governing Board, Dr. Logan. You have the personnel schedule in front of you tonight. I would like to highlight one specific item, that would be number 25. We happen to have that individual present with us. I know this has been a long time coming. Yes. A few of you are very, very happy to see this on the agenda. Dr. Logan does have a short bio that she's going to read for Ms. Terry.
Thank you, Mr. Beckett. It is my pleasure to introduce Miss Michelle Terry as our communications coordinator. Please stand up.
Kid in a candy store.
Ms. Terry comes to us with a work history rich in community relations, business partnerships, marketing, advertising, PR, and crisis communication. Her bachelor's degree is in public relations and communications, and since 2010, she has coordinated efforts in marketing campaigns, advertising, social media, and website management. She is well-versed in building and nurturing business and community partnerships, fundraising, promotional writing, and graphic layouts for digital and print media. Now, some of you may know that Michelle produced the MUSD video for us over the summer, the Proud to Be MUSD.
Nice.
And when she did that, she was able to meet a number of our MUSD family members. And if you think about who was in that video, you can, and who she was able to meet during the summer, you can understand why she applied for this position when it opened up. She's going to fit in beautifully. And I think everybody in the district has added their items to your to-do list. So Miss Terry starts on November 5th, and we're really looking forward to her arrival. Thanks, Michelle.
If Board Member Coutre randomly hugs you, she's been fighting for this position for a long time, so.
Be ready for it.
I'm going to turn over my cell phone to her.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Questions that I need to
I do have a question. Number 22, I believe it's 22. Yeah. Is that just until May?
It is my understanding that it's been communicated with that individual that it is an interim placement.
Okay.
And that we'll make a decision later in the year whether we extend a contract or then not.
So then that'll come when contract renewals come up, it'll come up for an official contract?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. That's all I have.
Mr. Beckett, I was just going to ask just a quick question. To the best of your knowledge, are there any more paraprofessional positions that are open?
Thank you. Dr. Miller, good timing. We actually, in TV land, I hope you hear this, we have 4 openings, presently 2 at the high school, 2 full-time at the high school, 2 part-time. I did send an email on Monday, just kind of plea, just to see if we can get some additional candidates applying for the position. I saw 3 applications since Monday, so we are getting some people interested in those roles. So yes.
Can you say that one more time? We have 4 positions, 2 for the high school.
I'm sorry, 2 full-time at the high school, 2 part-time at the high school.
Okay. Very good.
Unless there's further discussion, motion to approve?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve, and we have a second. We have a roll call.
Yes.
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 Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Beckett.
Welcome.
Okay, next we'll move on to item B. The board will discuss, consider, and give direction on voting on the bylaw change proposal and one core belief addition from the Arizona School Board Association. Board Member Anderson, would you like to take the lead on this?
Sure. I didn't really prepare anything, but the one, we always have a problem with voting. That's why the first one we're trying to change it, because currently the rule is it's 3/4 of the entire school.
No, 2/3.
I mean, 2/3, sorry. Okay, 2/3, 3/4. To me, it's pretty close, but 2/3.
Apparently, it's
Not close, right, not close enough. You have to have 2/3 of the total school district's
Present.
vote in order to even vote, in
Which
order
is
to
tough
change
well,
anything.
they don't have to be present. They can
No,
down do electronic
that's what I'm
votes,
saying,
yeah,
but they all
don't
have to
yeah.
vote in order to change anything. So if we only get, let's say, 90 districts who vote, that's not 2/3. So that has been a real issue with trying to change anything. So this new proposal is to change it so that it is a little more applicable, and we're able to go forward and change our bylaws and our policies to kind of fit where education is going, since they were all formed like, 50 years ago? So that's the first one, and I would recommend yes on that. And then the next one is an equity proposal that in our statement, our core beliefs, they are asking to add another core belief, which would be every school board has the responsibility to champion and pursue educational equity for every student by challenging systemic inequities. So, I would say yes to both of those. It's just, kind of addressing the equity issue where it comes to education and making sure all of our kids, we're meeting our kids where they're at and bringing them up, regardless of where they're at. So it would be my recommendation to vote yes on both of those. So
Now, and we've done this in the past. This is not the first time that the majority bylaw change has been brought up. And unfortunately, unless we can get 2/3 of the districts to vote on it, and that has been an issue that we've tried to tell our county directors to start getting on the phones with all these districts. But we can do this, we do this vote electronically.
yeah, Lisa doesn't.
So we just need to have a motion that directs.
Yeah, because it's going to be changed where it's a majority affirmative
Right.
versus 2/3
Yep.
of the districts. So this has been on here for the 10 years that I've been on the board. We have been trying to get this bylaw changed.
Sounds like
So,
we need a constitution moment where a decision is made.
good luck with that.
Another building.
Believe me, we have tried every roundabout way to go. So it would be my suggestion, I'm going to make a motion that we instruct Lisa to vote yes on both of these policy changes.
I'll second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to allow Lisa to go ahead and vote yes for both of these as written. We have a roll call?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And next, we'll move to discussion and possible approval of second and final reading of updated policy GBEAA, staff conflict of interest.
Motion to approve.
I will second.
No more discussion?
No.
Okay, we have a first and a second. May we have a roll call?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Aye.
Okay. Next will be a discussion and possible approval of the first reading of updated policy DN, school properties disposition.
Now, this was the one that we had sent back to get more information, and we cannot change anything based on the statute. Sorry, Mr. Judd.
I am glad that the check was done.
It was a valiant effort.
Yes, it was. I'd like to motion that we approve the reading of this policy DN.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have an motion and a second. Will we have a roll call, Lisa?
Yes.
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 No.
Aye.
And next is discussion and possible approval of the first reading of updated policy FCB, retirement of facilities.
And this was the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll motion that we approve policy FCB.
I'll second.
And we have a motion and a second. Lisa, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 No.
Aye.
And we have a, next item is discussion and possible approval of the first reading of updated policy GCO, evaluation of professional staff members.
So if I'm reading this correctly, we're changing our bullets to a lettering system, and then we're adding about alternative performance evaluation cycles. Is that correct?
That is correct. And we integrated all of the information so that it was all
Not
there
scribbled in.
Right, exactly. So that it's all in one document as it will appear in our policy manual.
Okay.
I have a question or clarification. Do we, and I don't know if it's Dr. Lotman or Mr. Beckett or a tag team, but do we currently offer this alternate evaluation, which is the blue section? And if not, will that be coming before the board to see what that looks like? Do we do this now, Mr. Beckett?
We do not have something in place yet.
Okay.
The policy stipulates that a teacher need to fall in that highest rating for at least 3 years in order to qualify to be able to be considered for an
That's right, so we wouldn't have to do it for at least 3.
In the event that we get a teacher in that place, and we hope to have many soon, we will come back to the board
Okay.
with a plan.
Okay. Good. And it is nice having the letters, the ABC, instead of the
Yes.
bullets, because now you can,
It's easier
Actually
to
reference.
Specifically reference something,
Yeah.
right.
yeah. So if there's no other discussion, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and we have a second. Lisa, roll call?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. And next, item 8, adjourn. Is there a motion?
You don't have to motion, you can
We don't
just,
have to
you
motion?
can just adjourn the
Okay.
meeting with the time.
All right, well, I'll probably have, not very few times I'll do this, but we're adjourned.
It's 7:32.
Yep. Good job.
Yay!
this
Okay,
on?
so,
Delivering a subpoena.
Monday.
Which one do you want to go?
Well, how many?
I need a
How are
really-
you? What do you want, like, what is
I
your?
just need to remember
Where's
that
Megan looking?
Wide open.
Wide open.
when they remove that off, do we still
So,
add that on? That makes,
On,
when we do the adoption of the agenda.
I hate,
I'm
you know,
sorry,
I
put
can't
stuff
stand
on
when
like
people,
6F. And to me, I was processing it that we've approved that, but still, then I would just put that to action item. Am I making sense?
You're totally, I
Yeah.
totally understand what
I-
you're talking